Good morning, students. Now today we are going to discuss about unit number 4, work, power and energy. In unit number 4, we will discuss about the module number 2. In module number 2, first of all, we will discuss about conservative and non-conservative forces. So what are the conservative force and what are the non-conservative force? So conservative forces means the work done by the conservative force that depends upon initial and final position doesn't depend upon path followed by the body, that is called conservative forces. In another way, what are the non-conservative forces? Non-conservative forces means the work done by the forces or against the forces that does not depend upon initial and final position. It depends only the path followed by the body, that is non-conservative forces. So first one is conservative forces. Are defined as conservative forces are defined as work done by the force, work done by the force or against the force, or against the force depends upon initial and final position. Initial and final position does not depends upon path followed by the body. Path followed by the body. Let us take with the help of examples. Example: when body is raised from point A, body is raised from the point A to point B. Body is raised from the point A to point B, then work done by the body. Work done by the body W, that is equal to F dot S, that is the work. We know work done by the body F dot S can be written as Fs cos theta. Therefore, force required to raise the body from point A to B, F, that is equal to m into g. And displacement from A to B, that is I, h from the ground, s is equal to h. Theta between the applied force and displacement, that is 0 degree. Theta is 0 degree. Then work is done, which is equal to F, that is equal to mg, S, which is equal to height to raise body from A to B, that is h, cos theta. Theta between the applied force means the force required to uplift the body from point A to B, that is 0 degree. So mg cos 0, that is mgh. This is case number first. Now, in the second way, when a body raised on the inclined plane, when a body raised on an inclined plane to a height h, to a height x. This is the horizontal plane A, and this is C, and this is the inclined plane. Body is raised to this inclined plane AB. Then what is work done? What is work done? This is BC is equal to x. So work done to move the body from point A to B. This is body A point. This is body at B point. This is body at the intermediate point. And this displacement, that is S. This displacement, that is S. Then work done to move the body R with the reactional force acting on the body. Mg with the weight of the body acting vertically downward. Mg with the weight of the body acting vertically downward. This Mg weight of the body can be resolved in two rectangular components. One component opposite to the R, that is Mg cos theta. Mg cos theta. Another component, that is Mg sin theta. Another component, that is Mg sin theta. F be the applied force. F be the applied force on the body to move the body on the inclined plane from A to B. To move the body from A to B. Therefore, work done W, that is equal to F dot S. F dot S. F dot S can be written as Fs cos theta. Fs cos theta. Now, force required, force applied to move the body from point A to B, that is equal to F, that is equal to Mg sin theta. Displacement AB, that is equal to S. AB, that is equal to S. Therefore, W, that is equal to Mg sin theta. Mg sin theta multiplied by displacement. Multiplied by displacement. Now, putting the value of sin theta in this triangle ABC. In this triangle BC divided by AB, that is equal to sin theta. BC, that H divided by S, that is equal to sin theta. So, putting the value of Mg sin theta, H upon mass divided by mass multiplied by S, that is Mgh. This is the second work done. Move a body on the inclined surface. In third case, when a body moves along the stairs to the same height h, but path is different in third cases. In third case, if body move on the stairs, now this is the point A, this is the height of the stairs, and this is C point, this is height of the stairs, that is H. Now body move along the stairs. What is the work done? What is work done? Let there are n steps. Having each steps of height h dash. Having each steps of height h dash. And width of each step, that is x. If body move from point A to B, then what is the work done? In third case, in all these three cases, path is different. In this case, body move vertically upward. In this case, body move over inclined plane. In this case, body move over the stairs. When body move over the stairs, there are two types of work done. One that is raised vertically upward. Another move over the steps. Move over the steps. There are two types of work done. In this case, W3 that is equal to W3 that is equal to n with the number of stairs, total number of stairs n. When body is raised vertically upward, then work done mg h dash. Mg h dash, when mg h dash cos 0 degree, cos 0 plus when body move along this side, then mg into x, mg into x, angle between the applied force and displacement, that is 90 degree, cos 90. In this case, cos 0 1, cos 90 0. So work is done W3 that is equal to n into h dash mg, n into h dash, n total number of stairs, h dash height of each stair. So n into h dash, n into h dash, that is equal to h. Therefore, work done that is equal to mgh. mgh. In all the three cases, in case number A, B and C, path is different. Path is different. In first case, body is lift vertically upward. In second case, body move over inclined plane. In third case, body move along the stairs. Path is different, but initial position and final position, there is difference between initial and final position. Here initial position, final position, initial position, final position. Height is x. So in all these cases, W1 that is equal to W2 that is equal to W3. So work done depends upon initial and final position, doesn't depend upon path followed by the body. So work done by the force is conservative force. Work done by the force, that is conservative force. Second one is non-conservative force. Non-conservative force. Let us start. Non-conservative forces. Non-conservative forces. What are the non-conservative forces? Work done by the force or against the force depends upon the path followed by the body, doesn't depend upon initial and final position, then forces are called non-conservative forces. Work done by the force or against the force or against the force. Work done by the force or against the force depends upon path followed. Path depends upon path followed, not initial and final position. Let us take example. When a body is at point A, move A to B, then work done to move the body from A to B, that is W1. When body move from point A to B along the path, that is W2. Work done to move the body along this path, that is W3. In the non-conservative forces, work done by the force depends upon path followed. Path is different. W1 path is straight from A to B, that is different from W2, that is different from W3. As forces are non-conservative forces, so W1 that not equal to W2, not equal to W3. As path is closed, then as path is closed. Path is closed means A to B and again B to A. Then what is the work done? What is work done? In this case, A to W to B. When body move from B to A, means that this work done is W1, this work done is W2. B to W2, that is A. Path is closed and conservative forces are non-conservative. This work done not equal to this work done. W1 not equal to W2. W1 not equal to W2. Example of non-conservative forces. Example: normal force, frictional force, viscous force, both tension. All forces are non-conservative forces. So work done by these forces depends upon path followed by the body, doesn't depend initial and final position of the body. Now next one is power. Now next topic is power. Power of a person or machine. Power of a person or machine is defined as power of a person or machine is defined as rate of doing work, that is called power. Rate of doing work. If a person complete their task in lesser time, then power is more. If same task is complete by a person in more time, then power will be less. So power of a person or machine defined as rate of doing work. Rate of doing work. Power of a person or a machine is defined as a rate of doing work called power. Therefore, power that is equal to work done divided by time taken. Work done divided by time taken, that is power. At any instant of time. At any instant of time, work done by a person. At any instant of time, work done by a person is dW. Therefore, power that is equal to work done dW divided by dt. Power that is equal to dW divided by dt. We know dW that is equal to force multiplied by displacement. Force multiplied by displacement. This can be written as force displacement divided by dt. As we know, power that is equal to displacement divided by dt, that is equal to velocity. So power of a person, that is equal to F into V. If these two are vector quantity, force is vector quantity, displacement is vector quantity. Again we can write force multiplied by displacement. Force multiplied by displacement, that is equal to displacement upon time, that is equal to velocity. So this can be written as force multiplied by velocity in vector form. This can be written as F dot P Fv cos theta. So power that is equal to force multiplied by velocity. What are the units and dimensions of power? Units. Units and dimensions of power. Power that is equal to work divided by time. Power that is equal to work divided by time. So dimensions of work done, that is M1 L2 T minus 2 divided by time in dimension T, that is equal to M1 L2 T minus 3. What are the unit of power? Unit. unit of power. First one is derived unit. Derived unit of power, that is kilogram. Unit of length, that is meter square. Second minus 3. Or unit of power watt. Or unit of power, unit of work done, that is joule. Unit of time, that is second. Joule per second. Joule per second. Watt, kilogram, meter square second, cube per second cube. All these are unit of power. Commercial unit of power, commercial kilowatt or hours power. Hours power. Now, next we will discuss about commercial unit of power, kilowatt and hours power. SI system में unit of power kilogram, meter square per second, cube, watt और joule per second. So what is 1 watt? What is 1 watt? One watt. So power, that is equal to work divided by time. Unit of power, that is watt. Unit of work done, that is joule. Unit of time, that is second. So power of a person or power of a machine is said to be 1 watt. Power of a person or machine is said to be 1 watt when 1 joule work is done in 1 second. In 1 second. Thank you. Have a nice day. Please stay tuned for module number 3. Thank you.